Hello guys and welcome back. In today's lesson we're going to be looking at solving quadratics by factorizing. The general format of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Notice that we have the equal sign, which makes it an equation, which means there's going to be a solution we have to solve to find a solution. With quadratic equations, you can have two solutions, you can have one solution, or no solutions at all. Let's have a look at some examples. So I've got some examples here. I've got 3 examples here. I'm not going to be teaching you how to be factorizing in this video. If you haven't seen the video on factorizing, go and have a look. I'll probably leave the link in the description box for you. Okay. And it's going to be in the playlists for the NCC Foundation Maths. So let's have a look at how we solve the equation to get our solutions. So if we factorize x squared plus 4x plus 3, I need to put some equal signs to make them equals 0, equals 0. Yeah. If we solve x squared, if we factorize x squared plus 4x plus 3, we're going to have x plus 1 times x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now we're going to use the idea that if something times something, if you have x times y is equal to 0, then either x or y will be equal to 0. If you have 5 times something here is equal to 0, the only way you can have 0 at the end here is that thing there is equal to 0. If you have something times 5 is equal to 0, or times 6 is equal to 0, then the only way that you can have 0 at the end here is that thing here is equal to 0. So let's use that idea to think about these two things now. These two factors that we have is either this is equal to 0 or the other one is equal to 0. Let's start with this one. X plus 1 either, so we're going to say either x plus 1 is equal to 0, which means x would be equal to -1, or x plus 3 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to -3. So here we have two solutions. We have -1, x is equal to -1, and x is equal to -3. In example 2, we have x squared minus 3x plus 2, and it's asking us to solve it by factorizing. If I factorize x squared minus 3x plus 2, I'm going to have x minus 1 times x minus 2, and that will be equal to 0. Make sure that you write it as equal to 0 because you have to solve it. It's an equation, okay, and you're replacing the equation by its factors. So now, just like we did with example 1, you're going to say either x minus 1 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to 1, okay, or x minus 2 is equal to 0 and x is equal to 2. So we have again two solutions, okay. X is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. In the last example here, it says solve by factorizing x squared minus x minus 20. Remember, this is 1x, and if we factorize this, we would have x plus 4 times x minus 5 will be equal to 0. And so using the idea that either of them would be equal to 0 to make 0 at the end, then we can say either x plus 4 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to -4, or x minus 5 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to +5. So those are the two solutions for this one as well. x is equal to -4 and x is equal to 5. So that's how we solve quadratic equations by factorizing. Remember, there's a difference between solving and factorizing. If it's asking you to factorize, you just need to write the factors down. But if it's asking you to solve, you need to finish it off by writing down the answers, getting to the solution, finding the values of x.